Hi guys, this is Starcraft once again and welcome to another private commentary. That is right, this is a private English commentary of a Starcraft game released early for those who support me, and you can get access to these kind of videos in three ways. You can either buy me instant coffee, or you can patronize me, or you can join one of the YouTube subscription plans. The three methods that described in the video description, so take a look at that when you have free time. But anyways, let's get started with this game. This is gonna be another DPL 2024 game, one of the very exciting games, and this is actually the ace match in the set between 5 versus 5 Korean pro gamers here. So it's gonna be Bisu versus Stork. No, not Stork, excuse me. Bisu versus Jaedong. Of course, I'm a Stork fanboy, so I always say his name when I have a chance. But Bisu versus Jaedong. The map is Radeon or Radeon or whatever, or Radeon, whatever you call it. This is a brand new ASL Season 17 map, a 4-player map with a kind of a space tile set here. And we're going to be seeing Bisu located at the top left corner of the screen in the red color. Jaedong is going to be located at the bottom right corner of the screen in the yellow color. You can see a map kind of thumbnail at the bottom of the screen I've kept there for your perusal. You can check it. You can see these kind of black areas around the 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock and 9 o'clock bases, and the rest of the map is quite bland, to be honest. We have a very wide ramp. And we have a kind of a nuclear reactor artifact in the middle of the map, just so that you can recognize this map. Anyways, looks like Bisu is going to be scouting in the wrong direction, going to the bottom left corner of the screen, and his opponent is going to be just going for an expansion after he's put down his spawning pool. Bisu's gone for gateway first after pylon, so he's going to be looking forward to send out his first Zealot. Of course, Jaedong is going to be having ample Zerlings, I think, to defend against this. And once again, Bisu versus Jaedong. Of course, the rivalry that everyone is reminded of is, in the old days we used to have Taeback Lee Sang, right? So Flash, Flash representing Terran, and then for Protoss we have Bisu and Stork, and then for Zerg we're going to be having Jaedong. So the 4 best players of the old times. Nowadays they have very different stories, whereas Flash has already been ousted due to the crypto scandal. We have Stork, Bisu and Jaedong still remaining, and out of the 3 I'd say that Bisu is the strongest right now in terms of elo rating and performance. He's actually very good with these kind of stream games. He's not so good with the offline tournaments, but he's very good with the online games, and he's always there for his fan. Anyways, the Zealot from Bisu is going to be coming out now, and it's already met midway by the overlord. Looks like Jaedong is going to return. He's going to send the rest of his Zerling, try to corner that Zealot as well as the pylon. We have some kind of micro battles, and we know that in micro battle it's going to be Bisu who wins. He's got the highest APM of the entire Starcraft world, but that Zealot is going to get surrounded by all sides. This is amazing maneuver by Jaedong, taking out the Zealot without losing a single Zerling. And the Zealot, the second Zealot of Bisu is going to have to kind of stay home. He's got 2 more Zealots. The probe though from Bisu is still alive, and he's going to check out the situation inside of Jaedong's base, and Jaedong's going to try to hide what he's doing. He needs to have at least 4 Zerlings because the ramp is very wide, and once again with 3 hatch ready, I think the build that Jaedong really likes to have would be Hydralisk here. 3 hatch Hydras, of course, that is very very sly, very cocky, and I would say they're almost kind of lazy, but it's just like a nice way for a Zerg player to win, so why not, right? I mean, Queen uses it, other players like Hero sometimes uses it, even Shine does it sometimes. So anyways, yeah, let's look forward to these 2 players and how they're going to be able to fight against each other in the incoming battles. And mind you, I'm going to spoil the results of the online qualifiers. So if you haven't seen online qualifiers, you should go ahead and watch those now. All of the videos are going to be in the playlist for the ASL Season 17 on my YouTube channel. So both Bisu and Jaedong have qualified for the online qualifiers, and they have different results there. Qualifying against Bisu had to have 2 tries to win. He had to play in both day 1 and day 2, as well as Jaedong has already qualified from the first day. So very different stories, even though Bisu is the higher ranked player nowadays, in terms of elo rating compared to Jaedong. Anyways, it looks like Bisu is going to be coming out with a first cannon. He's produced about 4 or 5 Zealots. He's gonna wait for this probe to gain some information, but no information is gained in the process, and 4 Zealots need to march out, and they need to find as much information as possible. 1 Zealot and 1 probe stays behind. Jaedong is aware of the danger. What is his reaction for now? He's just gonna be patrolling the area with 5 Zerlings. Okay, looks like Lair and Spire is gonna be coming along the way. So Bisu, I mean, he has no information. He's going to be just building a Stargate in his main for now. He might even put down more cannons in the front door, just, for fear of a bust. Of course, Radeon and cross-spawning position means that the rush distance could be very far for any Hydralisk to be able to come. But and Bisu is maybe just gonna try to be as safe as possible, because once again this is the ace match and he want to drag it into the mid to the late game scenario, because he like to win with his, you know, his superior micro and macro and multitasking, etc. Whereas Jaedong is also known to be very fearsome player. He is very much a kind of a chaotic player. He likes to kind of introduce unknown into the equation. He likes to create variables instead of fixed values. You know, he likes to really challenge the status quo. So that is what his play style. And anyways, the second cannon coming down for Bisu is very fearsome now. You know, usually I see the experienced Protons players like Snow doesn't put down the second cannon right now. He would put down 2 cannons when the Stargates start to produce the first Corsair. Or if he's really ballsy, he would put down the 2 cannons when the Corsair leaves the base. Of course, with the intention that when the Corsair arrives at the Zerg's base, then you're going to be able to, you know, just either cancel the cannon or you know, keep the cannons, even make more cannons. Anyways, the first Corsair is heading directly towards Jaedong's base here. Jaedong is gonna go up in a lot of hatcheries. He's producing up to 6 hatcheries, so that Corsair is going to be able to catch those kind of information. But will he be able to return home on time here? We had to take a look at the second Corsair. The second Corsair knows exactly where the Overlord's located, and the Scourge is already in position. So Bisu, because by the virtue of the fact that he lost his Zealot very early in the engagement with the Zerglings, he's forced to make very late Corsairs. And as a result here, the Scourges is going to have the upper hand compared to the Corsairs, and all the Corsairs have to fly home now. Looks like the Corsairs are going to get cornered here. 2 Scourges looking for the Corsairs. Corsairs, we need to run for their lives. The cannon in the main is not yet deployed. Behind this, Jaedong's going to go for a lot of Mutualists. He's already started his Hydralisk then, but before that he's going to be going for mass Mutualists here. This Scourge is going to go scout all of the Zealots moving out here. The Corsairs are going to stay home, and the Zealot's going to get sacked. Do we have Zealot with legs? I think Zealot with leg might be coming, but so many Mutualists. So these Zealots will have to return home in the mid of the journey here. That's right. So maybe Bisu is gonna split up his Zealots because he doesn't want to like get them all killed. And very smart for Jaedong to attack the first Zealot of the group so that he's gonna be able to damage all of the other Zealots returning. He gets 1 Zealot out, 2 Zealot out. So many Zealots are gonna get destroyed in these Mutualist harassments here. I mean, this is very similar to Mutualist harassing probes, man, except it's not going to be probes, it's going to be Zealots who are going to get harassed, and Bisu is going to be coming up with 4 Corsairs for the time being, which isn't a bad idea. But Jaedong is, I mean, he's got the upper hand here, I think. Zealot with leg just kicked in. Of course, Mutualist flying in large numbers, and instinct with the Zealot will be able to catch up with the Zealot and destroy it. So anyways, the game is gonna stabilize a little bit more. It looks like Bisu is gonna be coming up with a lot of gateways. He's gonna be waiting for his entire you know, force to gather before he goes out. Let's see if Jaedong is gonna be able to dive in here. Looks like Archon being morphed by Bisu. This is a mistake, man. I mean, I understand that he's fearing a very huge danger from the air, but I don't feel like morphing Archons right now is warranted. He's got some cannons in the main. He's got 5 or 6 Corsairs. If the Corsairs just stay stopped instead of attacking, he will be doing fine. But he's attacking with Corsairs, and this is a mistake. He needs to stay home for the time being. Looks like Bisu is gonna move out with the Archon. Gonna try to find the Mutualist, but Jaedong is microing quite well here, dodging the Archons, and now looks like some Scourges come out to intercept us. Where the Scourge catch one of the Corsairs, it catches another Corsair, damaging several Corsairs. The Archon is here to support, and one of the Overlord has fallen. But I fear for Bisu here, because looks like Jaedong's got a lot of defensive you know, structures as well as Hydralisk in positions. Bisu's gonna macro up a little bit more. He's gonna get some gateway along the way, and try to play the game from there. We are at the 9-minute mark of the game, and looks like Bisu is not gonna take on the base just yet. He's gonna attack here. But look at the beautiful SimCity setup by Jaedong. Very powerful stuff. The Corsair arrives, and they get caught in transit by the Scourges, and now the Zealot's gonna get decimated by the Mutualists. I mean, looks like Bisu is scrambling to get his actions together here. A single Archon is not able to do any damage. The Archon is even caught, you know, in between the Zealots, and this is the problem with Protoss when you play Archon, because Archon is so clumsy. Archons are very difficult to maneuver compared to Corsairs. So I always advise player to play with Corsairs. But anyways, this Archon is finally able to do some hits on the Mutualist. And look at the yellow, yellow dots coming out from Jaedong's base. I think those are Hydralisks. And so if Bisu doesn't have any kind of high Templars get it, he's gonna get sandwiched from several angles. The Zealot and Archon's gonna be running home, and Mutual is gonna be chasing those units. We have only 2 high Templars, some Dragoons on the high ground. I think the last of the Corsair has almost fallen here. Only 3 Corsairs remaining. And I think looks like Jaedong's gonna be able to corner Bisu right now with a lot of Hydralisks, and the rest of the Corsair are gonna die and get chased back home. But it looks like for the time being, the Hydralisks from Jaedong have retreated, and we still have several High Templars full of energy. So Bisu is gonna be feeling a little bit safe for the time being. Bisu destroying one of his own gateway because he's blocked his movement of the Dragoons out of the area. It looks like the 4th base for Jaedong is going to get set up at the 6 o'clock position. Bisu is having gateway counts, I think, around 10 now. I'm not sure what kind of upgrades, but it looks like the Mutualists have the +1 weapons upgrade, and the ground army of Protoss, I think, have +1 weapons and maybe +1 armor by now. Bisu moves out a huge army. I mean, this is quite sizable. Of course, Hydralisk is also very numerous, but what matters are the Storms and the High Templars. If Jaedong can catch some of those High Templars using his Mutualist fleet, he's gonna have a decisive advantage going to the main battle. It looks like some of the Mutualists gonna be coming out here. The next base for Bisu is gonna get set up at the 11 o'clock position. Some of the Corsairs engaging in the battle, and another Corsair has fallen. Look at these 3 High Templars. Yummy meat for what's his name, Jaedong, and he takes out 2, 3 High Templars, 4 High Templars. Looks like all of the High Templars have been getting destroyed, and now it's gonna be time for the Executioner, the Hydralisks, to come in to finish the job. Bisu's in serious trouble. Will he make cannons? Another Corsair has fallen. Bisu is very, very sloppy today with his Corsair controls. He's gonna try to hold this area, but looks like Jaedong's gonna surround him from 2 angles here. Bisu's got only Zealot and Dragoon. This is a terrible sandwich, a sandwich that only the Zerg would enjoy. He has so many Hydralisks. There's no reinforcement from the back. Dragoons need to hold this area, and for the time being, Bisu is able to hold one of the areas, but not both. He's got his force all the way back, and still more Mutualists are en route, and this Mutualist is gonna be able to maul down the Zealots, while the Hydralists take care of the Dragoons here. The number of Dragoons and Zealot are thinning out like crazy for Bisu. He's made an excess, but he GG, and it's Jaedong who wins this game. Thanks for watching, and if you like the guys, feel free to subscribe. See you soon. Bye bye.